What's up, everyone? This is Alex from Father's Love, Father's Heal. So I want to talk about how you can grow your own stimulus check. Now, what do I mean about that? We all got money from the government. I personally paid off a lot of debt with it, but I'm also investing back in the garden. So I'm planting a cherry tree because you need two cherries to pollinate each other. And this is a self-fertile plum tree. Now, once these will probably take three years to start producing fruit, maybe 2 years. This one's a lot bigger, but just these two trees alone will save me hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the lifetime of the trees. And I have about 6 or 7 fruit trees in here. So if you've ever gone to the grocery store, which everyone has to, you might have noticed lately the prices of food are just outrageous. Every year the prices go up and up, quality goes down and down. So that's why I'm planting more fruit trees, because fruit right now is expensive and I can get it free here in my garden. If I would go to the store and get, say, 5 organic plums, you're looking at $4-5 probably right now. Now this will produce in a season a lot of plums. And this, alone in one season, this is probably $50-60 worth of plums. This trees both cost me $34. So within 1 year of producing food, they will pay for themselves, probably twice over. So instead of wasting your money on new sneakers, a trip, something where once it's done or once it's obsolete, you'll have nothing to show for it, plant a tree in the ground. It's a time investment. It will take a couple years to produce fruit, but once it does and you see the quality of the fruit, the flavor, everything about it, it's amazing the difference between store-bought and homegrown fruit. So try to invest in some fruit trees. Depending on which kind you get, if you get self-fertile, you only need 1. If you need, say, apples or cherries, you need 2 so they can pollinate each other. So I'm going to show you how I plant these 2 trees in the ground. Don't forget to check out our free gardening Zoom class every Sunday at 6 p.m. Register at fatherslovefathersheal.com. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm planting my cherry tree right here. I have another cherry just a few feet away, so I want to keep them close to each other so they can pollinate. I had another one planted here before, but when a tree fell, it crushed it and killed it. So I need to have another cherry tree so they could pollinate each other. So all I'm going to do is pull the mulch back, dig the hole about double the size of the bucket, and make sure I don't want to bury the tree too far down into the ground. I want to match the soil on the tree too. That's the height of the hole. Now for the amendments, some people like to amend the soil when planting the tree. I don't. I just plant the tree in a native soil. I've been doing that for a couple years now and it's worked great. The goal of your planting your tree is for those roots to spread out far and wide, to get nutrients and to get water. When you put too much nutrients right next to the roots really have no reason to start spreading out. And it can cause a weak root system. So that's why I just use the original soil. Now, if you want to amend the soil a year or 2 before you plant the tree, that's fine. You could just do that with mulch and some organic matter and let that break down over time. This has been mulched for 4 or 5 years now, so the first 3-4 inches is really good soil. So that's what I've been doing for a while. If you've been amending your soil around the tree and that's been working fine, but for me, I just use a native soil. So let me show you how I do it. I have my hole dug. I'm going to pour some water just to get some moisture on the bottom of the tree, and then I usually just break up the sides just to let the roots have an easy way to expand out. So So I'll dump some water in for some moisture, put the tree in, backfill it, and dump more water in just to make sure the whole root ball is nice and wet. And that's it, easy as that. Now for mulching, I've always put mulch right up to the tree. Never had a problem with any pest or anything. You want to keep the graft here above the soil. You don't want to bury this graft. So I'll go get one more bucket of water for each tree, and that's all there is to planting trees. And hopefully spring's gonna kick in here in a couple weeks, and then hopefully this thing will start growing, taking off, pollinate this other cherry tree, and I'm hoping to get some cherries this year. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one.